Hi there, this is Justin with Goodland Plumbing. Today's date is January 9th, 2026. It is about 11 a.m. We're here at 851 Camino Pescadero. Originally we were out here because Unit 5, the manager's office, had called and reported repeated stoppages. I believe we were out here sometime in September where Chris had snaked and cleared this line through an exterior cleanout located behind Unit 35. Today we had arrived. Tenant gave us the rundown and we did some investigating. Everything at this point in time seemed to be turning out good. We went ahead and hopped over to our exterior cleanout on the back side of the unit and sent our camera out about 109 feet to a connection point, I would say. This isn't going to be, I don't believe this is going to be our city connection. I believe this is just a tie-in from other units. However, I have been seeing non-stop water running, but there are quite a few units on this property. Due to the style of tie-in and the distance out we are, I am unable to get my camera past this point, so I am going to go ahead and record from this point back to my cleanout, and then I'm going to try hopping down to a cleanout a little bit further downstreams and see if I can get by this zone. As we pull back here, we are going to be coming back through this clay connection. As you'll see right here, about 108, we have a good sized root intrusion. And we are pretty much pulling back, running parallel with the building through the little grassy area. Right here, about 104, 105, we have some more root intrusions. Right here, about 100 feet out, have some small root intrusions. Around 92 feet, we have some more root intrusions. Right here, about 87 feet, we are coming through an extremely large root intrusion. This guy, probably about 90% pipe capacity. I believe this is also where we have our last two units at the end of the kind of building. I believe this is where they are also tying in at. This is also a zone, I believe, that has a cleanout stacked right above for these two units. This is where we're going to attempt to send our camera through once we're finished through this recording.
Getting any love?
Yeah.
Hey, are you going to be around?
Right here, around 83 feet out, we have another good sized root intrusion. Right here, about 79 feet out, have some small little roots. Right here, around 75, got a little root ball growing in here. Right here on 67, got another root intrusion in this clay joint. Right here about 65 feet out, I believe this is probably going to be an old clay cleanout or test Y. We located this guy. It isn't out front of any bathrooms, so it's hard to say what exactly this guy might be. Right here on 61 feet, we have another small root intrusion. Right here around 56 feet, 57 feet, we have another root intrusion. Pulling back here through 49 feet, we have a massive root intrusion growing in this zone. This guy probably being around 80% pipe capacity. Right here, around 47 feet out, I believe this is where we are going to have our next two, or I guess middle two units tying in at. Right here, around 47, 46 feet, have some more root intrusions. "43 feet out, got some more root intrusions. As we pull back here through 39 to 38 feet, we're going to be underwater. I believe this is because we have a really massive root intrusion right here around that 40-foot mark or 39-foot mark. That is about 90 to 100% pipe capacity. It's hard to tell exactly, like I said, just because we are underwater. But I am going to continue pulling back against flow. I believe right here around 35 feet we have another good sized root intrusion. Right here about 31 feet we have some more roots. "27 feet, have some more roots. "24 feet, right here around 24 feet out, have another massive root intrusion. And then right here, just about 15 feet out, we have another good sized root intrusion. As we pull back here to around 10 feet, we are pulling up and out of our Y connection. I'm not too sure if there are other units further upstream than this that are tying it up, just because we would have to walk across a little breezeway, and I believe the other units on the other side of the breezeway shoot out the other direction and tie in at the parking lot, but I could be incorrect. If we were curious on what is seeing upstream from this point, I would probably request access to the other units. As we pull back here around 10 feet, we're transitioning from clay to ABS and coming around a slight change in direction as we also come up a dive in the pipe. And then from this point, we are pulling pretty much straight back from the middle of our little garden grassy area towards our cleanout. believe this right here, just about 3 feet in, is a one-way clean out going towards the building. Here we are coming up and out of our line. This is our clean out. Our line is running out this way towards our first flag right here, and then running down Camino Pescadero towards El Colegio, where we tie into that Y connection further upstream. I'm going to attempt to snake this zone out to clear out those root intrusions and then hop further down to our next clean out. End of video.